welcome you all for direct taxation class session 7. So today we will be discussing related to incidence of tax. Probably the theory part we have also discussed what is incidence of tax, which is also said as scope of total income. So theoretical part we have already discussed. So based on that today we will be solving few problems, right? So before solving the few problems, so we'll just glance with what is incidence of tax. So here your incidence of tax will be depending on an individual's residential status, where keeping that as a base, where it will be taking into consideration the place as well as the time, and also accrual basis as well as receipt basis of your income, the incidence of taxes will be determined. So where they have said with respect to there are 7 criteria or 7 things which they have said, 7 aspects or 7 conditions you might say it as, where for with respect to the individual residential status, whether it is chargeable to tax or it is not chargeable to tax, means whether an individual need to pay the tax or whether an individual is exempted from tax. That is what they say that. So first one is, I'll just read out the things with respect to incidence of tax. So based on the aspects, right? And also you need to know the difference between Indian income and foreign income. So here with respect to 3 residential statuses, one residential status is resident and ordinarily resident, other one is not ordinarily resident, other one is non-resident. So with respect to individual, these are the 3 criteria or these are the 3 categories. So where first one is income earned in India but received outside. So with respect to this, it is chargeable for all the residential status. Next thing is second one, income earned outside India but received in India. So in this case also it is chargeable for all the 3 residential status. Third one is income earned and received in India. So again for this also for all the residential status it is chargeable to tax. Fourth one is income earned and received outside India other than business. So with respect to this, it is chargeable only for resident and ordinarily resident. Other 2 cases, it is not taxable. Fifth one, business income earned and received outside India, but the business is controlled from India. So in this case, it is taxable for resident and ordinarily resident, and resident but not ordinarily resident. For non-resident, it is not chargeable to tax. Sixth one, business income earned and received outside India, but the business is not controlled from India. So in this case, it is chargeable only for resident and ordinarily resident, it is taxable. For other 2 cases, it is not taxable. Seventh one, post untaxed foreign income brought to India during the previous year. So in this case, it is not taxable for all the 3 cases or all the 3 statuses. So these 7 points you need to remember with respect to solving the problems based on incidences of tax. So where again you need to know the difference between Indian income and foreign income. So what is Indian income here is, if income is received or deemed to be received in India during the previous years with respect to either it might be accruing or either it might be arising, right, in the previous year, it will be said as Indian income. Again, if your income is received in India during the previous year but outside India during the previous year, means here if the income is received in India but the accrual is happening outside India, means in the foreign country, so that will also be said as Indian income. Next thing is income is received outside India, means you are receiving your income outside India in the previous year but it is accrued in India. So then also it will be said as Indian income. So you need to know these 3 things with respect to Indian income. Next thing is foreign income. So where they say that they need to satisfy 2 conditions, means income is not received in India, means if income is not received in India, it is said as foreign income. again income does not accrue or arise in India, means they say that it should not be accrued or arise in India, then also it will be said as foreign income. So keeping this theoretical background as a base, we need to solve the problems based on the incidence of tax, right? So I'll go with the problems now. First problem I'll read out. So for the assessment year 2019-20, previous year 18-19, Mr. Creator is employed in India and receives rupees 6 lakh as salary. His income from other sources includes dividend received in London on June 3rd, 2019, rupees 1 lakh from a foreign company. Share of profit received in London on December 15, 2019 from a business situated in Sri Lanka but controlled from India, rupees 2 lakh. Remittance from London on January 15, 2020 out of past untaxed profit of 2018-19 earned and received there rupees 3 lakh, and interest earned and received in India on May 11, 2020 rupees 1,92,000. Find out his gross total income if he is resident and ordinarily resident, resident but not ordinarily resident, non-resident for the assessment year 2020-21. So here they have asked us to calculate the gross total income of Mr. Creator for the assessment year 2020-21. So you need to understand how we need to calculate this, right? So as I said, quoted the 7 earlier points, so that should be there. That means theoretical background you should know. So based on that, we need to calculate with respect to the residential status also what will be chargeable and what is not chargeable. So for that purpose, we need to go with the calculation of the problem, right? So here gross total income we need to calculate. So whenever you are calculating, you need to maintain certain format or a procedure. So it should be followed as such. Computation of gross total income. This should be there. Afterwards, gross total income of any person if it is mentioned here, Mr. Creator. For which year? For the assessment year. For the assessment year 2020-21, right? And also whenever you are writing your previous year, you need to write like this: previous year 01/04/2019, right? 19 to 31st 03/2020, right? So in this case, they have asked you for all the 3 residential statuses, right? So some cases they will be asking, they might ask you for only non-resident, they might ask you, or else they might ask you only for resident, not ordinarily resident, they might ask. Only for resident and ordinarily resident they might ask. So at that point of time, you need to recall the table of that 7 points. Based on that, you need to check whether it is chargeable to tax or whether it is not chargeable to tax. So here, serial number, particulars, resident, ordinarily resident, resident, not ordinarily resident, and non-resident. Clear? Okay. Right. So keeping this as a base, this is particulars. Either the format you can follow. So based on this. So first and foremost thing with respect to this problem, they have said that he has received a salary of 6 lakh. So what it is, 6 lakh salary is from the employment in India. So salary. Salary he has received from employment. From an employment. employment in India. Okay, how much he has received? 6 lakh he has received. So for all the residential status, it is chargeable. Means chargeable in the sense it is taxable. It is taxable. This is one case. So next we will check with what are the other information. They have also said that his income from other sources includes what? Dividend received in London. Means he is receiving a dividend in London on June 3rd, 2019. In the sense previous year. So dividend received in London is, it is a foreign income. So if it is a foreign income and also it is a business, right? So it is related to, or it will be chargeable only for one residential status. So dividend received in London. Received in London. That is received in London. How much it is? 1 lakh he has received. So it is for chargeable for only one residential status. So next information what they have said. So this is with respect to dividend received, right? So next thing is he has also received a share of profit from again in London only. It is again business situated in Sri Lanka but controlled from India. So the control is happening from India where, so at that particular point of time, so the amount will be taxable for two residential status, that is for resident, ordinary resident and resident not ordinarily resident. Okay. Next thing is share of profit received. Share of profit received. So share of profit, it is received again in London. Again in London it has been received, and also business is situated in Sri Lanka and it is controlled from India. So that is amount is 2 lakh. So it is chargeable for two residential statuses. Okay. So this is one thing. So next thing is what? So which are the other information which has been provided? They say that remittance from London on January 15, 2020 out of past untaxed profit rupees 2018-19, right, is profit of the year 2018-19 and received rupees 3 lakh. So what does it mean? So untaxed means preceding the previous years. No, now whenever we calculate a tax, it will be only the earnings of your previous year will be taken into consideration. So past untaxed profit is not taken into consideration. So which is not taxable. Okay. Next thing is, and also interest earned and received in India in May 11, 2020. So May 11, 2020 rupees 1,92,000. So May means when it will be after this. So after this, in the sense in the assessment here he has earned, right? So with respect to that, Mr. Creator will not be chargeable with respect to that also. So we will sum up this. So based on this, so what will be his, we need to calculate what will be his gross total income. So here it is 9 lakh. So in second case it is 8 lakh. In this case it is 6 lakh. Okay, right? So this is what, based on your, this is how we will be calculating with respect to incidence of tax, what is the gross total income. Sometimes they might ask you for total income also, right? So now is it clear? So here there are three things, 5 information were given. So 3 information are related to his gross total income. Other thing, one is remittance from London, that is rupees 3 lakh. It is not chargeable to tax because it was not connected with the previous year of 2019-20. That is the reason. Next thing is 1,92,000 is also there, where it was on May 11, 2020, means which is not again connected with respect to previous year. So based on this information and based on this calculation, the gross total income of Mr. Creator, in case if he is a resident and ordinary resident, it will be 9 lakh. In case if he is resident, not ordinary resident, it will be 8 lakh. In case if he is a non-resident, it will be 6 lakh. Sometimes they will also ask the problems here individually. They might ask only to calculate non-resident. So at that particular point of time, be careful and understand the theory part and then only go ahead. Is it clear? We'll move on to next problem. I'll read out the problem. Mr. Dev is resident and ordinarily resident in India for the assessment year 2020-21. He gives the following information in respect of his income for the previous year 2019-20. First one is capital gain on sale of house situated in Pune. Sale consideration is received in Nepal, rupees 10 lakh. Salary received in Sri Lanka for rendering services in Tamil Nadu, rupees 1,60,000. Interest received from Government of India. It is paid to him in Sri Lanka. The money is utilized by the government outside India, rupees 2,56,000. Royalty received from A Limited, a foreign company which is non-resident in India, outside India. Royalty is paid for a manufacturing business situated outside India, rupees 92 lakh. Find out the taxable income of Mr. Dev for the assessment year 2020-21. Right. So now they have given 4 information related to Mr. Dev. So based on this information, what they have said here is, they have said Mr. Dev is resident and ordinarily resident. So only with respect to resident and ordinarily resident, we need to calculate the problem, right? So here, first one, capital gain on sale of house situated in Pune, right? This is an Indian income. So received in Nepal, he is receiving outside, no issues. So but it is an Indian income chargeable to tax. Next thing is salary received in Sri Lanka for rendering service in Tamil Nadu. So accrual and arising is in India only. So again it is chargeable to tax, that is 1,60,000. Next thing is interest received from the Government of India. So Government of India is giving the interest. So again it is Indian income. So with respect to resident and ordinary resident, it is chargeable to tax 2,56,000. Next thing is resident royalty received from A Limited outside India, he is receiving. So that is again an Indian income only, right? Means royalty received from an A Limited, a foreign company which is non-resident in India, means in India they are doing the business but they are said as non-resident. So it will be said as Indian income and it will be chargeable to tax, that is 92 lakh is chargeable to tax. So this is what you need to work it out. So same procedure you need to follow here. Computation of, so what they have asked here is computation of taxable income they have asked. Taxable income of Mr. Dev for the assessment year 2020-21. Again here also similarly, whenever you are writing your previous year, it should be like this only, so that it will be helping you to identify in whether the particular thing is there in the previous year or not. To 31st/03/2020. Clear? So here first one is what? So this is with respect to resident, not ordinarily resident. Only one case they have asked. In the previous problem, it was with respect to all the 3 residential statuses they had asked. So but in this case, it is only with respect to one residential status they have asked. So we will calculate. So first one is what? Capital gain. Capital gain. So capital gain arise out of what? Sale of house situated in Pune. So how much it is? It is 10 lakh. Right. So this is one capital gain he had received with respect to sale of house situated in Pune, that is 10 lakh, it is chargeable to tax. Next one is salary. Salary received. Salary received in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. So salary was received in Sri Lanka. So that is again for what? Service was rendered in India only, that is in Tamil Nadu. So that is 1,60,000. Okay. Next thing is interest received from Government of India. Third one is interest received from Government of India. That is how much? 2,56,000. Okay. Next thing is royalty received from A Limited. Next one is royalty. Royalty received from A Limited. A Limited. So how much it is? 92 lakh. 92 lakh. So 92 lakh. So if you sum up this, how much it is? 1 crore 6 lakh 16,000. So this is his total income, what Mr. Dev has earned when he is resident and ordinarily resident. Okay. So next we will move on to next problem. I will read out the problem. For the assessment year 2020-21, Mr. Krishna is non-resident in India. From the information given below, find out his income chargeable to tax for the assessment year 2020-21. So first one, royalty received by him outside India from Government of India, rupees 18,17,000. Technical fees received from A Limited, an Indian company in Germany, for advice given by him in respect of a project situated in Iran, rupees 1,17,000. Next, income from a business situated in Sri Lanka. Goods are sold in Sri Lanka. Sale consideration is received in Sri Lanka, but business is controlled partly in Sri Lanka and partly in India, 2,17,000. Next one, income from a business connection in India. It is received outside India, rupees 3,17,000. So these are the information related to Mr. Krishna, right? So here they have said he is a non-resident. So you need to remember when he is a non-resident, so which are taxable, which are not taxable. So first one, what they say here is royalty received by him outside India from Government of India. So here with respect to this we will calculate. So here Mr. Krishna, again same format you have to follow. Computation of income from Mr. Krishna for the assessment year 2020-21, previous year 1/4/2019 to 31st/3/2020, right. So here now here it is calculated for non-resident, that you need to remember. So whenever based on the residential status it will be changed, so you need to remember. So first thing is he is receiving what? Royalty has been received, royalty received. So from whom he is receiving? He is receiving it outside India, but it is received from Government of India. So it is said as Indian income and it will be chargeable to tax, means it is taxable. Clear? Next one, technical fees received from A Limited, an Indian company in Germany, means business is operated in Germany, for advice given by him in respect of a project situated in Iran. So again the project is situated in some other country. So at that particular point of time, with respect to non-resident, it is not taxable. So second one, technical fees is not chargeable to tax, right. Next one is income from a business situated in Sri Lanka, means business is being situated in Sri Lanka and consideration is also received in Sri Lanka, means operations are happening in the Sri Lanka, that is outside India. Again the income is received in outside India, so that is one thing, but it is controlled partially by Sri Lanka and partially by India. So at that particular point of time also, with respect to non-resident, it is not taxable. So here third one, income from business it is not taxable. Clear? Next one is income from a business connection in India. So again here it is business connection in India. So this is an Indian income, but they are receiving it outside. So this is chargeable to tax. Income from business, this is income from business. This is business, again it is connected to India. Connection in India. So that is 3,17,000. So if you sum up, it will be 11,34,000. So this is the income of Mr. Krishna. So this is how we will be calculating the problems based on the incidence of taxes, where it will be a combination of your residential status also. Clear? So you need to recall the theoretical part which was said in the session beginning. That 7 points you need to remember, and also you need to recall what is Indian income, what is foreign income, and also you should have a knowledge about the places, right? So based on that you need to solve the residential status including incidence of tax problems based on this. So thank you.